What's up? And we're back, episode 6, Behind the Whistle. Once again, thank you guys for coming back and checking us out. We see everything, man. We see the love, we see the hate, we see the subscribers that go missing. Thanks for the milestone. Yeah, man, just keep messing with us. We're gonna keep putting out new content. Stay on the look. We got a special guest with us today, Mr. Joseph Corbin. One of our coaches. One of our coaches out here. But go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Coach Corbin, head coach at AU. Doing big things over there.
That's it?
Oh, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Okay.
I just want to let y'all know. Look at the camera right here, front center. We gonna win a lot today.
All right. Well, with that being said, what you got for us, Barrios?
All right, so I want to thank you guys for coming back to us. Today we got some interesting topics to talk about. Once again, thank you for being with us all the way to episode 6. You know, we're going to keep doing this thing, trying to help our grow numbers of subscribers, likes. Keep connecting with people, spread the word. Let's grow this thing and make it big. All right, so one of the first things we want to talk about today is talking about is youth football dying? There's a lot of questions in regards to it. If you look across state to state, their numbers seem to be going down. Just to start it off, man, you know, what do you guys think as far as thoughts? Football growing, dying?
Is youth football dying? In Florida, I would say no. I would say it's bigger than ever. It's egregiously big now. Right. Like, we comment on it every week, every episode. We take it way too serious. We got transfer portal flyer. Like, it's a little bit bigger. There's way more exposure. You know, there's more eyes. And even with, as much as I hate to say, even with all like the extra flag leagues and stuff, youth football isn't really gonna go nowhere.
I think
tackle football, maybe.
Yeah, that's where it's at right there.
You know,
tackle football.
Maybe somewhere in there, but I think as a whole, nah.
I feel like there's like a league for every season now.
Yeah. Especially here in Florida in the South. Yeah, you can play it year round, definitely. I think the biggest thing too is what you're seeing is like what Mike was saying with flag, right? Like, you see the emergence of like co-ed flag, girls flag. Yeah. That's all I hear, like 7-on-7 tournaments. The Olympics now has flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about, you know, having flag at the college level. So is that helping tackle football? Is that taking away from it? Is it making the game softer? You know, it's hard because that's my thing is with the flag thing is that it takes away from the trench guys, right? Like, they don't have a home if you take away tackle football, contact football. They got the one-on-one stuff. They got like the B Society, which is something here in Tampa that is strictly for trench guys, O-line, D-line guys. But it still takes away from that contact element. So as far as flag, I mean, what do you guys think? Is that where the NFL's pushing it, kind of where society's pushing it to where it's no contact at all?
I kind of think they just making more lanes, like in a sense.
Yeah,
I think that's why I think.
Did you say lame or lame?
Lanes.
I think you said
it's
lame.
It's more lanes.
It is making
it lane too, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's making it more lanes for, like you just said, you got the girls, you got, you know what I'm saying, you got flag for
just
for
different
boys,
avenues.
you got tackle football, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I think they got other sports at the same time as well. Like, that's why I think. So people just trying other things.
Yeah, the upside is too, because there's like, as we know, we've had flag guys out here and you know, basketball players, stuff like that. Tackle's not for everybody, so it does give those other kids who's really not into that a different avenue. So yeah, I mean, I don't think tackle's like dying. I think it's struggling though with the extra avenues as far as like co-ed and stuff. I think that's gonna.
I think there's room for
a little bit, but there's definitely some room. But it's just going to be an adapted. You know, we're going to have to adapt to it. So
I feel like flag takes the fundamentals away from tackle.
Like, it's a different game.
No, but what I'm saying is, you have flag kids coming in to, like you said, we have flag kids coming in, and then when we go to run our drills, our tackling drills, they go automatically to reaching. They always want to reach. You have to beat them out of those fundamentals. You have to be like, no, you cannot do that here. You will get hurt.
Right.
All they want to do, every flag player I see goes like this and puts head down. go for the flag.
No, that's true.
I mean, I don't know. But I don't know. I think at the same time with that, I think flag. It all depends like how you coaching those. So you know what I'm saying. If they reaching at the same time, you can kind of teach a flag kid to watch hips. You know what I'm saying? Because you watching hips and flags. So you know what I'm saying. You can teach a kid to attack those hips and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
When we did that flag season, the way we coached it and the way we approached it, as far as them guys getting off and cutting off that runner and attacking the hips, like you just said, it helped us improve our tackling.
But that's because we were preparing
that's the way we did it, though.
Season after that flag.
That was different.
But we made it where they kind of went hand in hand.
What I do want to say is
I do go both ways.
I will say the common denominator is that you're talking to 5 tackle coaches.
Yeah,
because there's some guys that they just coach flag.
There's room
so they
for
don't know
the
how
flag.
to switch it. You don't know they don't know the other aspect.
There's room for the flag, bro.
I agree with you. What you're saying.
Just like there's boxing and there's UFC. It's 2 totally different sports. It's the same. It's the same physically violent.
Both on
sport,
fighting,
right? You know what I mean? But one's a totally different sport. Flag, football. It's a total different sport, but you're both fighting, right? Both football, but one's we're real violent and one we're not violent.
I feel like flag has more injuries though, like than tackle.
Soft tissue,
that's the other thing.
Like stuff,
we did talk about that last
like,
episode. Yeah.
They want to a lot of people hate on tackle, but you have to look at what happens. Like my son, he broke his elbow in flag.
Yeah,
there's crazy. There's a lot of stuff that happens with you think no contact, but you can't stop it.
Yeah,
you can't stop it. Just like you take the flag players to tackle, you take the tackle players to flag, and they want to hit it all the time.
They're dropping shoulders.
I'll be the devil's advocate in it. I'm not a big fan of it. And one of the reasons why is like it teaches bad things. Like for example, the skilled guys with taking the ball and reaching the ball out. You know how many times I've seen flag guys come out here, they catch a pass and then they're reaching the ball out. Like this isn't. That's a fumble. Like someone does knock that right out your hand.
We've seen some of that.
But that's on us.
Key players like
I can't stand that.
But that's on us as coaches. To hey, you're not doing that here. Like that is enormous consequences for doing that.
Right.
So, do you want to play running back or wide receiver? Because you keep doing this, you will not be doing it. Playing this position.
You got to get this out of your system. That's what I'm saying. Flag brings stuff to tackle that. It's not supposed to be there,
right? But it brings good stuff too.
But you can't, like I said, it's our job as coaches to coach
the receivers
boys up
and the
make
DBs
them
that come from flag are their pure skills are astronomical.
Right.
The route running, their coverage,
the skill guys,
legit, it brings a higher level of skill. So if you can match that with the contact of it. You get a dog.
Right. And for the most part, they look good before hitting. Before you start hitting.
Nah, but the one, you know what I'm saying, because you got ones, like, I say it right now, like, we got some kids on 14U right now that came from flag, but actually got that hunger that kind of wants some contact.
Yeah. Don't shy away from the contact.
You got a handful of them over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, like you said, they watch the hips. That's the first thing they do. The eyes go down, hands go out. That's the first thing they do.
But I'm going to go back to the thing, as far as a team sport, I think it's awful. But for skilled guys, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Like, skilled guys, like route running, all your concepts, your smash concepts and snags and all that stuff, great. QB, reading secondary stuff, great. Mm-hmm. But overall for the game, though,
nah.
We talk about team, right? We talk about team. So like, where are my big guys at? Where are my trench guys at? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they don't get no love.
They don't. Here once again, it's not it's not the position that sells, right?
Idea flag league for the O lineman and D lineman only.
Hey, because at the end
you got to be +2 to come play.
Right. At the end of the day, none of these specialty guys are going to be making these plays without those guys.
Right.
The game's won in the trenches.
Right.
The most important player on the offense is at center, because if you can't get the ball to the quarterback, you ain't running that play.
Amen.
Not to call any teams out, because I won't. But like, if you looked at some of the Pop Warner championships that went on like deep into the playoffs on a D1 level, there was a team specifically that their blocking was outstanding. Yeah. And we played them a couple years during spring, and to see them play against one of our better teams in FYD, and how they lined up, the line just mauled them. Like, and that's where it was won at. You know what I'm saying? So
it's one in the trenches.
We don't want to call it out?
No, I ain't call that.
Don't do that to us.
Shout out to the Venice Bulls, man. Y'all are fire. Y'all spanked us real bad.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a really good team they got down there.
Well, that was, I mean, that ain't their real name, though. So.
You know.
Yeah.
But still, you know what I mean? Like, hey, that's a good team. They deserve a shout out, man. That's a good team.
Coaches, get your trenches right, or you're not gonna win anything.
Live too far.
Yeah.
But some of the stats that were interesting that we read and where we kind of pulled this topic was, it was showing that there's been a drop in participation in youth football across the United States by 6%. Just to put a number on that wise, that's at 1.2 million less kids playing youth football. That's insane.
That's
number.
because I think really it has to do with, like, it comes back down to parents forcing their kids to play outside like we used to, like we grew up. We were our parents would throw us outside, lock the door, and we'd be drinking out of the water hose and playing outside all day long.
Right.
Like I think that has a lot to do with it. A lot of these kids they like to play on games and everything inside, and they just don't get outside a lot.
Competing for the interest. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's
There's more stuff to do
now. Like,
inside.
you get paid
now,
to game.
You know what I mean?
I think another thing
All
too.
along again, they ain't paying. They just doing it.
Yeah.
I think
They might be getting NIL deals.
I don't want to do
over there.
nothing. Look.
They might be getting
I
NIL
think
deals over there on the
as a
game.
society too, it's kind of boys have been put to the point where like now they're softer.
Facts.
Well, everything
Like,
is soft.
Facts.
Like what's crazy is
I mean, they get baby
if you read that same article, right? If you read that same article, girls football is like the numbers are skyrocketing for tackle, all girls league. Like those numbers are increasing, but the boys are decreasing. So is that to say that the boys are softer, just not playing, or they're just not interested? Like as a society, do we baby the boys too much?
Is that
I think that honestly, I think some of that got to do with like the Me Too movement, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm be honest with you though. Like, I think they kind of more.
I get what you're trying to say, but I don't think
we
that's
can
the
do it
right.
too. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think that's kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But
Right.
that's a different.
No, I mean I agree. It's just like I said, like you see it though. Like there's so many times I'll see some girls being like crazy active, and then you go out in the same place and the boy's on his iPad or he's on his phone.
That's what I'm saying. Technology, bro.
But it's not affecting the girls though. The girls are wanting to get physical. The boys ain't wanting to get physical.
It's literally a microcosm of what's going on in America as a whole. Like like Sherman kind of touched on it too.
Down the rabbit
like
hole.
like we see, if we're gonna go there, like we see. We see more of a movement from females doing more, and like, hey, I can do this too, and boys kind of just chilling on the side and being babied and whatever. Oh, you don't got to be this way anymore. So now naturally they're gonna go to the violent sports. It's just what's gonna happen, man.
I think some of that boils from the household too, man. A lot of like there's so much like in parenting. I've seen it in public, like parents arguing with kids over some dumb stuff. Kids ain't listening. They fighting back and stuff.
Yeah.
And you see it online. What do I do? You smack the shit out of them.
You
let a kid talk to you like that, first of all.
You wouldn't see that back in our days.
They're just letting them be disrespectful, letting them do whatever they want to, and then like they're babying them. They're rewarding them for bad behavior, and in turn, you're getting the product you're getting now.
Right.
And the girl is having it seems to be having an adverse reaction for the girls. They're excelling. They're taking the boys' role now, and the boys are turning into little punks and.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Vice versa.
There's a lot to talk about with that one, though. Sir.
Yeah.
We can get in.
You can't even beat your child no more.
Yeah, we can get in real deep, man.
Ask Adrian Peterson.
I'm just saying, like,
I promise you right now, I'm not gonna sit there and
Go pick your switch.
Raise your hand if you got your butt
pick your
whooped
switch.
by a
Don't make me
switch
AP
when you were a kid. You know what I'm saying?
That was every day. We was actually happy about. I'm about to get a switch. Okay, like, ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I got lucky, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You best not go out there and get the wrong house.
And if you come out with a little one, boy, I get that little one no more.
Hell no.
It's gotta be a little thick. It gotta be a little.
Hell no. You don't get the little one.
That's when you learn to go grab the biggest, nastiest stick and make them feel bad. They're like, damn, I ain't gonna hit
When
you
you
with
hear
that.
it whistling through the
My
air
mama hit me with
before
it.
it
You
hit you,
ain't
be spinning in a circle, and your mama yelling, "Didn't I tell you?" Yeah.
My mom's
Never
probably gonna
again.
watch this.
That
but
been
she
hit
used to beat the shit out of me.
Mach 5 coming
Hey,
off.
I earned
Mine too, though. But look at me.
I earned every lick of it, though. I
Yeah,
promise you that.
Earning them was hard.
But that brings us back to.
I ain't earning it every time.
Hey,
that brings us back to the way we were brought up and the way the kids are brought up these days.
Right.
Like Sherm said, you can't even whoop your kids no more without even getting in trouble.
Yeah, you
It's
got
wild.
you got to hear from somebody about it.
Like the kids are the adults these days, and it is wild. The
Not
kids
my
tell
house.
the parent. No, I'm just.
No, I'm saying you gotta stand. Yeah, you gotta stand on it though. I'm just saying though.
Trey and Wyatt, no.
Not my
That's
house.
it.
You gotta stand on it. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna
stand on
do it. But I mean, I'm just saying, like some people is like frowned upon it though. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
A lot of people.
You whoop your kid, like
Yeah.
It's going to be frowned upon, but it's just going to be frowned upon because I'm going to do it. So.
You know what? And it make me feel good.
Another stat to kind of look at too, like it's not really
That's
it's
too
not
much.
really a
No, it ain't.
a
You gotta get
northern
checked
or
out on that
southern
one.
thing.
No, it ain't.
It's not really like a northern or southern thing either, because if you look at the stats as well, Texas high school they have a drop 14% in boys participating.
See, I was going to ask that.
In football.
I was going to ask what are the high school numbers, because if youth football gets a drop, maybe they're just waiting until high school to.
But Texas, one of the biggest states of football, participation is
14%. I know.
They big in football in Texas.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy though.
That's wild.
That's
right?
different.
And I know just for us down here, we've been told by parents like, oh no, I don't want him doing any tackle until high school. So there is that.
But I mean, but they invest.
Have we
Texas invest in?
Yeah,
they literally stadium look like a high school stadium.
Enough.
You know what I'm saying?
They still shut down the
high school
cities.
stadium look like a college stadium. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so,
Have we put too much pressure? And maybe that's part of it too. Is kids are like, oh man, man, these boys are so big. They're so good at
Right.
Have we put too much like
But waiting to get in high school to put your kid into football like that, I think that's crazy.
Well, we spoke about that last episode.
We
spoke about that last episode.
crazy.
Unless they're like a beast freak, yeah, I can see that. But like you're really hindering your kid if you're waiting that long.
Yeah, because he's gonna get baptized out there.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a baptism.
Well, here's one. So, do you think it has anything to do with the weight limits? Because there used to be those weight limits, which kind of balance things out a little bit for some of the kids in their age group. At little league level, I know obviously you get to high school, or back in the day it was middle school. There really wasn't that issue, but there was the issue in little league where you had the weight limit, so you could still have a kid that technically is bigger than you, but he's not by much because he's got to make weight in order to get in there.
Right.
And then we went unlimited, and all of a sudden now we're starting to see that drop a few years later. So down the road it might have had a trickle effect.
Well, that's part of the kids being intimidated by it too. Is
right.
Like
well, that's what brought it up when you said that.
There's no way I'm going to be able to compete with him. Look how much bigger he is.
See, that's a wrong mentality, and we always talk about mentality all the time.
Well, shit. I mean, we were doing this years ago, and I know my oldest. He's never been a big dude, but he's always been athletic. But his middle school age, he ended up having. We went unlimited at that age, at that time period. There was a kid that looked like he needed to be driving a semi truck. Huge. I mean, he was as big as like Austin or something is now at like 10 or something. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. See, when I played them, like big kids like that may me want. Like, I want to hit.
Well, no,
I want to. I don't know. Like if I drop him, they gonna be like, hey,
like you heard a few of the kids
put a target on you.
You know what I'm saying?
You heard a few of the kids then though. They're like, man, I don't want that big dude falling on me, dude. Fuck all that. They were like, nah, fuck that shit.
Hey, I got little dudes on my team. I got little dudes on my team that will knock the fire out of you. Mm-hmm. They don't care how big you are. They don't care. They don't care.
And I'm going higher.
Yeah, they gonna let. I got little dudes that'll let you know they're there.
Well, back in the day, that's.
Well, you John Lynching that fool, huh?
Yeah,
that's right.
Back in the day, I'm making a statement. You know what I'm saying?
Like some of the little dudes are more dangerous. I feel like because they hide behind the linebacker, like a safety. Some of them are small and they hide behind the linebacker. You don't see it coming until you feel it.
Yeah.
Until you hear that pop and that ringing in your ears and you're waking up.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's several things that
I feel like like the South, like football was always going to be big in the South. So like the northern states, I could see taking that hit. Like it's not year round. When a northern team kind of faces up against a team from the South, like it's usually lights out. Except for there's a couple of ones that don't. But it's crazy to see that the numbers have dropped that low.
Yeah.
Like that. But what doesn't make another thing too. What doesn't make any sense with that is that when you look at the ratings and stuff for like college and NFL, football is the most popular sport in the United States.
Money,
but yet
41%.
Money.
But the youth level is decreasing. So now does is it just because they're waiting, or is the NFL eventually going to have a numbers problem?
I don't think so.
You can't have a numbers problem when the numbers are so small as it is. What is there, 3,500 people in the NFL?
Yeah, no.
But
I'm just saying, as far as talent pool, it starts to decrease.
And that they'll
less
just
people are
no. You'll get the dogs.
I was about to say.
That's gonna be the thing.
I was about to say they'll just make it where there's more rules where it's not as entertaining.
It's like pointless to even play defense.
Now you ain't gonna be in pads no more. They ain't gonna be in pads.
Yeah, I mean
Be throwback. They'll break out the smaller helmets. The
Pro Bowl.
shirts.
Look at the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl's is flag.
Flag football.
That's crazy.
The Pro Bowl's flag.
That'd be crazy, man.
Yeah.
No pad
Pro
tackle
Bowl's
football.
the Pro Bowl's always been a joke. Like
rugby.
Well, not always. Excuse me, not always.
Yeah,
I take
Not when it was in Hawaii.
I take it back. But it's been a joke for a long time. I stopped watching the Pro Bowl like
they moved from
Hawaii.
To me, like
it wasn't Pro Bowl no more.
Yeah, to me, my middle school, like going into high school era, I was like, man, I'm over it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So
America do better.
Like I haven't watched a Pro Bowl since like then. I'm for real. I ain't got no interest.
They need to do it like how hockey just did it.
They too busy hugging each other.
Hockey
The
split it up.
national game.
Yeah, but you do.
That's what I was about to say.
Northwest,
Boy,
Northeast,
that Sean Taylor
Southwest,
hit is-
Southeast
Right.
team, and then all the players in the NFL from those
I think what they need to
areas
do.
will be on a team.
Sean Taylor probably the one that made them go to flag.
Yeah.
Sean Taylor not
Why
the
you
kicker.
bullshit?
You know, what they should do.
I think around that time they
Sean Taylor, rest in peace, man.
What they should do in the Pro Bowl is take the worst two worst teams, have them battle out for more roster spot or for more
Draft
spots. That's what they should do. Let's make it entertaining. Let's make these guys battle again.
I mean,
Like a lottery pick, like the NBA does.
Yeah, like the NBA.
Like how it was.
A lottery pick.
Went back to when you go to the fucking Pro Bowl.
Or go old school and have Team Brady and Team Manning against
Sherm, what are you
each
talking
other.
about? They're making business decisions.
Business
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah, and they got to be
They're not doing
careful
them
on how
right.
they write the script, Sherm.
Business decisions.
That's
Okay.
not right.
Rip.
Business
That part.
decisions.
That part.
I
Got
mean,
to protect your assets.
the other element to it too is, with the decline in youth football, could it be that the cost has gotten too high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, $400 helmets,
I think the
$100
cost is
shoulder
crazy,
pads,
though. I mean,
$100 cleats.
for something I always talk about is for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
we're not even talking about.
I haven't even said anything about organization, anything. I'm just talking about what it
Yeah.
actually takes to play football. The kids want the gloves, the visors, the
All the
cleats,
drip.
the towels,
Yeah, all of
I got it.
the unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that does not make them perform better,
Exactly.
you know?
But
100%.
they look good coming off the bus, though, right?
Ridiculous. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hey, someone, what they on?
Hey,
But no, I mean
Hey, look
organizational
good, feel good,
fees,
play good.
travel fees.
Okay then.
I mean, that goes to like the league
until you
too,
play
like,
that night game when you got that dark visor on and you can't see.
Take it off.
it's like-
My
it's
boy.
like that league, man.
Took
The
my
league is
quarterback
charging
visor. I
so
was
much.
like, oh, it's
The league
light
is
out
charging
here.
so much money to even just run an organization now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you got to pay refs, you got to pay security, you got to pay for ice machines breaking down. You got to pay for.
You got to pay.
Then you got to pay
You got
double
golf carts
security.
breaking down. You got, you got equipment breaking down, helmets breaking down. Cheer needs something. The field needs
On
something.
top of that, you got facility
fees. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much, man.
Grass ain't growing.
North Carolina
Hey.
trip. North Carolina trip.
Yeah, see,
Double
yeah.
security.
Hey,
Double
we
security.
pay
yeah.
all the money and can't get no damn grass.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that some
100%.
shit?
We can't even get the lights fixed.
Man.
We got all that money and no damn grass.
Our golf cart, he can't even burn out in the grass.
Oh
So,
shit,
yeah.
boy!
But yeah, the cost has gotten ridiculous. But Mike's right. Like,
go half the time.
cleats,
The grass grows.
visors, all the drip stuff,
Yeah.
all that stuff, man. It's crazy now. And like, some kids don't even want to play without having it on.
That's part of the reason why they signed up, coach, is so
Yeah.
they can wear it.
And then you get into the
Yeah.
That superstar for the day.
When we played, it was like we had dresses on. Like we didn't have none of this fancy uniforms.
I
and
had
everything.
practice jerseys with numbers on it.
You probably really did have a dress on, though.
Yeah, right.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that looks right.
Well, we can line it up. I mean, we can put them helmets on. We see who good dresses.
Yeah, listen, I'm getting too old for that bullshit.
I got one enemy.
Hey, but I got one in me, but I ain't doing it.
Let's do it.
Man,
Hey,
y'all gonna have to call out of work for a week, y'all. Do
It's out. You ain't,
straight.
hey, you ain't never like, well, I'll be out for sure.
Straight.
But I mean, you start getting into travel costs and the if you actually do advance, if you do good, it costs more and more and more.
Yeah, it costs even more to be good.
And there's really nothing being produced up there. Like as far as once you get to that level, where's all this money going? We're paying all this money, and basically to pay other people so they can dictate rules and stuff like that, while these kids sit down here and suffer with some BS.
And you give them one team trophy,
and then you get in return you get piss poor communication, bad planning, and last minute decisions that affect entire organizations. Which we're not
championships in the cold.
We're not going to get quite into all that crap tonight, but that's crazy. Anyway,
man.
It is.
Yeah.
I dig it. Some of these corporations is like you would think like
it's a money grab.
What are you talking about, Sherman? It's a non-profit. It's a
non-profit money grab.
We're non-profit. We're non-profit, but
I mean, it is whatever. It's all non-profit, but you know what I'm saying. Non-profit still make money, bro. Like I mean,
let's just be stupid. You know let's be clear though. We're talking about the level. We're talking about over our head, not our organization.
No, that's what we're talking about.
We are still a non-profit, and we are.
That's what I said.
Oh yeah,
we're non-profit.
And there's no profit.
There
is no profit.
We're broke because we gotta pay everybody's paychecks.
And we pay the guys that make the rules that go against us. That ain't for us.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't like us.
But anyway, so
what can you do?
It's tough, man. Yeah.
Here, let me give you some money so you can.
It's just like kids that live in where socioeconomic levels are lower. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they keep going? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't have the sponsorships, when you don't have the guys that hit the concrete trying to get sponsorships and fundraising and all that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, insurance, right?
Underground fundraising.
I like that. Underground. That's a way to. Yeah. That's a good way to describe it.
Oh man, but
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
It gets more and more, man. You know what I'm saying? It just gets to be more and more.
I mean, I'll take some underground fundraising here.
You know,
you better be careful what comes with that.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Comes with that. Yeah.
I'm good.
Hey, I don't ask questions.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
I'm good.
I say, be careful what comes with that. Yep. Something don't look right. Yeah.
How far underground are we talking?
I'm just talking about subsurface. I'm not talking about tunnels and shit, bitch. Goddamn.
You know what we talking about here? We talking about cartel shit over here?
Oh man, no, you're not.
Not at all.
Not at all. No, but
that's about what it takes to survive in youth football nowadays.
And everything.
Well, and to give the kids an actual good football experience, that is exactly what it takes. Is you have to make all your parents go broke for this
a lot of fundraising. I mean, hell, we got a fundraising. We got two fundraising events tomorrow.
Yeah,
that we got to go to after tonight. So I mean,
it's all for the kids, man.
It's got to go. Yeah, we got to do something. So
I mean, you can sit there and cry about it or do something about it. So
and we ain't a bunch of crybabies.
And so when you see the organization that you're at and their uniforms aren't the greatest, and they don't have personalized uniforms, and they can't keep them, and they don't have YouTube videos, and they don't have tunnels to run through, you see why. You guys got to fundraise, right? And then when you start complaining about price and nobody want to fundraise, whenever that little bucket come around, you're like, oh, no, I already paid registration. Well, then that's all you're going to get. If you put in the bare minimum, all you're going to get is the bare minimum.
That's right, yeah.
Well, I you got to have people too, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I think a lot of these people, not all these organizations, got
your leaders got to be got to be the right leaders. But
people taking people money and
that's crazy.
You read it all the time.
Totally. Did you
hear about it all the time?
And that was popping off in our old little league team back in the day.
There was a big story just now about a fake recruiter going around getting people's money and stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
I saw that. That's crazy.
I mean,
obviously that's not Little League, but it's still the same. Like,
but it starts there though. You're right, Mike. Like personal trainers getting in there and training these kids and hyping their head and trying to get them something that potentially they're not going to be.
They said that guy had a list of people he'd done screwed.
A bunch.
Nah, 100%. Yeah. You think that was his first time?
No,
I mean, good at it, boy.
I mean, how do y'all feel about that? Personal trainers, like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
I mean, I think there's good people out there.
You gotta do your homework though. You know what I'm saying?
What do we say, man?
I'm waiting for Mike to say it.
What do we say? Vet your coaches.
Vet your coach.
You know what I'm saying, man? Interview them, man. Go talk to the people that are dealing with your kids.
Vet your trainers.
Just because he show up and he got muscles and he runs fast, bro, you like, come on, you just think that's gonna work? Yeah. Nah, go look at the evidence. Look at other people that he's trained before and what they look like.
Bro, Y'all Nation putting out some people right now. He's a good trainer.
Yeah, shout out to Y'all Nation.
Yeah. He's doing his thing over there.
He's a good trainer, though.
Yeah.
There's good ones and there's bad ones. I mean,
there's like everything else.
There's people you can see the way people coach and train. You can see the coaches and the trainers that really care about the kids and the ones that are just there for the money or just for the whatever. Like I don't.
I'm saying that
for the mama, but the mama they want to.
The real question is like, how did we get there? Because when I was playing football, and I'm pretty sure when y'all played football, y'all didn't go to a trainer, did y'all? Because I didn't.
No.
But it's almost like now, if you want to play a certain position, you have to have
football.
one.
My training was the neighborhood.
We were the trainers. We were the trainers.
Who's outside though?
That's true.
This goes back to Corbin's comment earlier.
Yeah, year round. Like
that's true.
We don't do that now. You know what I'm saying?
We were riding our bikes for 7 miles
to go get that
town.
Doing going to different neighborhoods go play that.
We didn't have 5 hours.
What was that? Davis Park too. Davis Park
everywhere.
That's true.
Boy,
social media once again.
You had like 2 channels if you were lucky, and you had to move the rabbit ears to get them. So you had to go outside anyway
to do something. Yeah,
but I mean, I know. We had to go outside. Like there wasn't no, hey, come, you can hang inside. It's hot, baby. No, I'm cleaning. Get the fuck out.
Play video games.
I've been working all week. I need to clean now. Get out.
You got a water supply out there on the hose, dude.
Well, look.
You wonder why your house dirty all the time.
Hey, and real talk, that water.
You got to clean up every day now.
That water is way better than what we got nowadays, dude. I'll take an old water hose any day over what we get in the spigot
all day.
Look, man, you couldn't play video games with your friends that were
miles
away.
It was cold. You were hot.
Recycled
you got
water.
Yeah, that's probably got all that bacteria in you. But it tastes so good.
That old school water hose, boy, that been hit different.
Good. Oh my goodness. Oh my
that was rubber tape.
Somebody got a Kool-Aid packet?
Hey, that Kool-Aid was good too, boy.
We're gonna make a water bottle that look like a hose, a little piece of a hose, have a little rubber taste to it.
Retro. There we go. Retro. Yeah. But no, I mean, I just remember those days, man, like being outside all the time. And that kind of goes back to maybe why numbers are decreasing. But you see a lot of trainers, like, I mean, they got YouTube channels, TikToks, all that, training bunch of kids. I mean, I feel like every time I go to a field now, there's a different trainer for something. You know what I'm saying?
We see them up here all the time.
Up here all the time, yep, 100%.
Training kids that don't even play for us.
Yeah. Like, go to their field.
You're
Stay
welcome.
away from us. If you don't want to play here, go to your field.
You're welcome. Just use our field to get better. It's fine.
Valrico Rams are now a daycare and a sports complex. There we go.
Just keep adding to the repertoire.
Maybe we do everything.
Check.
Maybe we
have a Valrico Rams track team and wrestling team here soon.
It's coming
Watch
soon.
out.
Hey, it's
Watch
coming
out.
soon.
Put a gate code.
Speaking it into fruition right there. Let's go.
Put a gate code with a money box. Hey, you got to pay before you get in.
That's right.
If you going to practice here, you going to pay, all right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that the consensus is that, regardless of where people are at with football, youth football, whether it's dying or if it's still existing, you got quality people here who are going to keep pushing it forward. So, and you see, 5 coaches here who are going to continue to keep pushing tackle football because it builds men, and we're all about that, regardless of what society's doing.
I mean, you do got them coaches out here that just jump organizations. They don't care. You can tell they don't care about the kids. They just, we're going to do great things here, and then spring goes by and they're gone.
Yeah.
See you later. Adios.
Yeah, we've encountered a few of those. Yeah. I mean, they jump from one thing to another.
I mean, don't speak too soon. We might be still some out there. So.
I mean, that's right. We've been through it, is what I'm saying. Yeah, we've been through it. I mean,
they're everywhere.
Like I said, that goes back to that loyalty thing again. There's no loyalty with it. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a thing in the past.
Kind of used to it now, right?
I mean, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, you got people out here talking trash about each other, and they end up coaching with each other. So there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Right.
100%. Yeah, we know a few. That's all right. But no,
anything to win.
Anything to win. That's what they'll do. But another topic that we were going to get into is parent and player safety. I don't know if a lot of you have been on the news lately. There was an article that came up recently. A father brought a firearm to a youth sports game and ended up shooting the coach because he was not giving his son the amount of playing time that he felt like he was supposed to get. So, what do you guys feel about something like this as far as safety, communication with parents? letting them know up front what where you stand with football. Like, how can we get away from a scenario like that?
I think there is nothing anybody could have said to that dude to not get him to shoot the coach for playtime. I think he's just that person was just that type of dude.
Yeah, 100% though. But I'm gonna tell y'all parents right now, bro. Like,
don't do that here. Don't do it.
None of that stuff intentionally. Like, if your child ain't getting enough playing time, it's really for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And really, with Part 1, I mean, we kind of got to give them playing time, even though all along don't really deserve it. But it really ain't that serious. But it's little league football, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the end of the world if he ain't playing.
Right back to our point, Sherm. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. You got kids asking, "Hey, how's this gonna affect my stats, man?" You are 11 years old.
Yeah, bro.
There's not even a stat keeper,
right?
I get some of it, but it ain't that serious, bro.
It's not.
The biggest thing with that you can, the only really thing you can do, man, is just to mitigate that. It's just like steady communication. There's got to be an open floor plan and communication with all the parents, especially if you got a kid that's should be in a position that he's not, and there's things that he's doing or he's not getting or whatever. Man, that has got to translate to the parents ASAP.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, some people, you got to understand too. Like, you got. Like us, like, you know what I'm saying? We max out every year. Like, for the last 3 years, we done maxed out every year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got a system, but
I wish I did.
Sometimes stuff do kind of go through the crack, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna get their required playing time, though, but sometimes we might not be able to get them that extra little playing time that we did actually have a plan to do, but we just didn't get.
And there's several
variables.
variables.
Don't play out like that.
There's several variables. The kid wouldn't get off the damn bench during the game.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the sideline being,
called his name 3 times, couldn't find him. Called his personnel package. He didn't run on the field.
Sometimes
he's over there sitting on a knee behind the rest of the team.
And sometimes, and the other side of that is the game does tend to get away from coaches. Sometimes it happens.
Yes, it's true.
I know I'm guilty of it. It's happened to me several times. Where it's got away and
it doesn't play out the way you want it to.
Exactly.
And then you're caught between: do we let Timmy get 4 extra plays today, or do we win this game?
Right.
Do we want the team to be sad? You know what I'm saying? Do we want the parents to be sad, or mad at us, or do we want to go win this game?
But Mike's had a good point. Like, at the beginning of the season, like, I think for any coaches that are watching this at any level, you got to set those expectations early by having parent meetings, tell them the clear, defined line on what playing time they're guaranteed to get, and that the other thing too is, like, if they're not going to work hard, they're not going to play as much. You're going to, Pop Warner had, I'm not saying Pop Warner's the best, but it does have specific rules and ways to address it. Mike and Jeff just pointed that, if they say 3 times they don't want to go in, they're done. Yep. Depending on how many kids you have on a roster, depends on how many plays they get. Right. Yeah. Telling the parents up front, say, hey, look, stay in constant contact with the parents. That's going to help you in the long run when they're not playing or they're not doing well, right? Those are just things that you set up in parent meetings to have that situation addressed early to try to prevent that. That way, when something does pop off, you can say, hey, look, we talked to the parents about this. Another thing Pop Warner does, you sign a parent contract on how you're supposed to act on the sideline. Okay, so technically we can have you escorted out of here by the police, by security. So Pop Warner does give us the ability to do that. I'm not sure how other leagues, Tri-County, Florida League, any AYF, not sure how they do that. That's another thing that we do have here. That situation is very sad. The coach did make it, by the way. So if you do read that article, it happened in St. Louis, Missouri. The guy ended up getting sentenced, going to jail, but the coach did make it. But we shouldn't even have got to that level.
Yeah, that's not even the first time we heard about it. This is something that is a reoccurring event every single year.
Who was that? Bailey? Was that Champ Bailey? His brother? Wasn't it?
No, it was Talib.
Talib. That's right.
His brother. Situation. I mean, like, just.
I apologize, Champ Bailey. Apologize. Not you.
I feel like going back to the guaranteed play time, I feel that weakens the kids though. I really do. No, hear me out. Hear me out.
I gotta hear this.
I really do, because when a kid knows he has guaranteed playing time, he's like, well, I don't really have to work today. I get guaranteed play time. I can get in the game, but he has to give me those plays. I don't have to work out here. Back in our day, back in our day, we had to earn our playing time.
Sure, absolutely.
Not everybody made the team.
That's true.
No,
and because you was on the team, don't mean you finna play. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to earn that, and I feel like that's the part that weakens the kids. Like we keep saying, kids are different these days. I feel like that's one of the parts that weaken the kids because they automatically got it in their head. Oh, I get automatic playing time. I don't have to work today. I don't have to put this work in.
Reward for nothing.
And you will get your minimum, and you will go home and play Fortnite.
Well, yeah, but still, but still, listen. Those kids are okay with that. They are okay with it.
I play Madden.
That bites them in the butt with us with the full roster because they don't get as much as they think they're gonna get on Saturday.
Well,
that's a long day.
Right.
Not everybody gets to have a full roster. We got to work with what we got.
But,
I mean, yeah.
But to go back to what David mentioned earlier, with the communication, if you got we got the rules. Pop Warner gives us with the wiggle room to kind of mitigate that. But
I'm not saying it's the best, but
if
there are rules in place. Yeah.
If you do have kids that are telling you, hey, I don't really want to go out,
yeah.
don't wait till the end of the game to let the parents know, like halftime or something.
Yeah,
sure. I think as soon as we hear one of them say it, we got one of our team moms say, hey, look, reach out to such and such amount. They don't. And they'll come over and talk to them and they say it 3 times and then that's it.
We'll escort them over there. They'll talk to them and we'll bring another rep over there to talk to them. But
I mean, I can see how a parent could get upset because, like we just got done talking about prices of playing sports, right? Like if you had a kid out here who's genuinely trying, maybe he's not that good, right? But he's giving everything he's got and he's just not getting in,
But that kid gonna play though. That kid gonna play though.
Not all the time though. That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like
but we're talking about a broader picture here.
David's talking about in general though.
I'm talking about a broader picture. Like how many times have we seen like we'll have a kid like especially after the game, right? We talk about it all the time. The kids play the game, they have a good time, and then you start seeing them play together, right? And we'll see a kid on the other team that was hardly in the game, and he's over here balling out right now. And then they come up and talk to you, and the next thing you know, they want to come join you guys because
they're not guys.
And then that comes back to I think what we're missing as well with that is quality men, quality people, quality coaches. If you have quality coaches, you don't have that problem. Yeah. Like I mean, we've had our fair share.
Much,
we have our fair share, but I would honestly say like since we came in and started doing our thing with this is that we have our parents here and there. But it's not a majority. Like, how many places have you seen where it's a majority?
Yeah,
like, they're just not happy with what they have.
The whole sideline.
I mean, it's good. Yeah.
But it's the org, right? Yeah, it's the org at the end of the day.
It goes back to the culture of that organization for sure. Like we try. And we don't just say it. I mean, it might sound cliche, but we try to instill a severe like family environment here. Like. Mm-hmm. We want everybody to genuinely look after each other and just be good fucking humans. You know what I mean?
I do take care of each other. But they rub off though. Cause I was gonna say too, like those kids like that you talking about. You got the team rally behind that kid. Like, let's what I'm saying. He need to get in the game, coach. Yeah, let's get him the ball. Or let's blah. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen that.
Be the thing. Like that's the beauty of it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what you want.
That'll get you choked up on the sideline.
Yeah,
man. Like,
well, you see them go to battle together,
and you see them battle, and then once that kid starts doing good, and when you got that involvement with everybody, even the fans start getting wild because they're seeing what's going on the field. You know. And it's a big deal. So.
I mean, it's a prime example when we played, what was that, Tarpon 2 years ago? And we were up like, 22-0.
Linemen were getting on the ball.
All the linemen started running the ball. The whole sideline was going crazy.
That was beautiful.
They were going crazy.
I mean, look, it happens out here. We'll have, lower level players make a tackle or like make a big block and the whole team and the whole sideline goes
behind them.
Goes insane and like come running on the field. But that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Each other too. So that's another thing. Like you'll see some stuff on the side, like from the sideline, stuff going on, and like we'll see it kind of die down. But then you see the teammate go out and get that lick back for a homeboy, stuff like that.
That's what brothers do, though. That's how I train. Hey, that's how I coach my boys.
That goes back to the camaraderie, that culture that we've developed here. Like I'm not saying we're like. I mean, we are really good at it. I mean, I'm not going to say we're like the best at it, but we're still developing.
Stand on business, man.
I mean, we're fucking good.
That's what we put family first.
That's what we do.
But it's organic, you know what I mean? So it's not like
we got core values.
It's not something that we're just trying to do. It's just something that we do.
Like Mike says it all the time. We coach who comes here. We're going to develop who comes here. We're going to make them players. If they decide to leave, they decide to leave. They stay with us. They stay with us. And guess what? We ain't going to be in your Instagram. We ain't going to be in your Facebook or anything else trying to recruit you to come over because that's not what we do. We don't have to do that.
Oh man, we coach who show up.
The coach who shows up.
And we're going to play whoever on the schedule.
I'm putting that on a shirt.
We got quality coaches here. That's what makes us better.
That part.
I got you.
Stop stealing our players. I'm tired of it.
Hey, listen.
It's a two-way street, though. Hey, if they decide to go, they decide to go.
It does get old, but like David said, look, if they don't want to be here, I'm not going to beg somebody to be here.
I'm not going to beg them, but damn, man, I put a lot of time and effort.
80% of the time, it's not the kid, it's the parent.
But the thing too, though, I mean, you got to think about it too, though. Like it is both ways, and we don't touch on it in a couple episodes and stuff. But when you got a coach come to you though, and they promise you some
helmets,
stuff, you know what I'm saying, and
playing time,
you ain't got that. You know what I'm saying, you ain't got that helmet. You don't run the ball. You know what I'm saying, you don't got this number. You don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, well, shit. I mean, I'm gonna go over here and try this. Well, you know what I'm saying?
But then when you don't get what you were promised,
then that's
on
the problem.
you.
But
You know what I'm saying? So.
But it is what it is, though.
You know, for those who watch this and know us, or anybody who doesn't know us, like, we're not a big money team. Like, that's why we accentuate on having family culture here. You know what I'm saying? If we could be a big money team, but it would go back to our families, though.
Yeah.
But I like it like that, though. I like it. We get it out the mud. I like it like that.
Right, but I mean, if you see kind of the trend that's going on, it's like, you know, the big money teams could bring any player they want to bring.
That's cool.
Our YouTube videos would be a lot cooler.
Hey, last year, those big money teams came in here and thought they were going to whoop us, and what happened?
Right.
Yeah, you know.
What happened?
Every penny.
They got
every penny
guys.
goes
What
to the
happened?
kids and the families. So.
It ain't sweet over here in Valrico no more. It's changed.
You know.
All y'all gonna get the smoke.
Straight up, though.
I'm being real. I'm being real right now. Either win, draw, loss. Y'all gonna feel us at the end of next day when you wake up, you're gonna be like, damn, that hurt.
Yeah, this ain't the same.
Damn.
It's not the same Rams you saw 5 years ago.
Hell no.
Ain't the same.
So don't think you gonna come over here and just drag us. That ain't happening. My kids don't.
3 seasons ago.
Not every level.
But look, I'm always gonna stand on that. The reason why we are what we are is, you know, not so much that we get a bunch of talent that comes here, is because we got great coaches here. And we got guys that want to be here. You know, that was the hard part too. I mean, as an org, I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, like having those hard conversations with guys that want to coach that aren't really coaches, but they want to help, but you know for a fact like it's gonna be a problem. How many times have we come across that? You know what I'm saying? Like someone who genuinely wants to help, but like, you're not here for the, you know, that's not what we're looking for.
They ain't genuinely trying to help though. They just, you know what I'm saying? They got a motive. You know, what they trying to get out there for? You know,
because if you're genuinely trying to help, then you can be the equipment manager.
That's true.
But not only that, I'm saying, but you'll coach on another style too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Or that too. Or you'll go somewhere like what you're talking about. You'll go to a age group you didn't really want to coach.
Yeah,
that's true. That's the thing too. Man, we've talked about that before. Is it's hard, man, because all of us are fathers, right? All of us have kids out here playing. Like I hear all the time, like, don't go to an org where, you know, all the dads are coaching. Well, I'm sorry, but those are the only ones that are volunteering. Yeah. Like, how many guys do we have here that don't have kids out here? We got a couple this year.
We got a bunch because we look for that.
I mean, this year
we got for that.
But it's you know, Mike says, vet your coaches, right? When we have those meetings, man, and we talk to them, you know, we make sure that they're here for the right reasons. I mean, are we gonna get it 100% right all the time? No, but for the most part, like the guys that we have locked in here, I like all the guys we got locked in here for the most part. You know,
I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Things are changing over here, like in the good way too.
Right.
Because you got other organizations just wild over there. It's like wild cards going over there. You don't even know who coaches are over there.
We've had 2 fall seasons. That's it. 2 seasons. Listen, seasons.
And look at what we did in 2 fall seasons. I see a lot of first place trophies out there. I mean, and there's gonna be more. It's coming.
It takes hard work though. That wasn't no gimme.
It's coming.
It wasn't no gimme, man.
I still can't get no damn grass.
Not his grass.
Can't get the lights fit. Can't
it's
get
okay. We'll get you in the mud too.
The green paint.
Like I said, we'll get it out the mud.
Hey, shout out to the county for helping us.
We don't need your grass.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, we do need that grass.
Hey, speaking of that, like that's another expense to the org. That's another expense to the org. You see a lot of fields now that go into turf.
I hate turf.
Yeah, me too, personally.
So the gist of the table is that we don't like turf.
Yeah.
It looks pretty.
It's for nighttime.
I mean, you gonna play on that night?
It's for night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hot.
It ain't bad.
It's hot, dude.
Definitely at night. But
if you're gonna change all our games to night, we cool.
At the end of the day, I mean, not all the way that you don't understand, but turf is bad. They be on bad.
You get a lot of injuries on
bad for the kids, bro. That junk ain't no good.
Didn't we have a call about having like possible night games? Whatever happened to that?
That'd be awesome, bro. That would be awesome.
They'll probably let us know in August.
Hey, we should have tonight.
What happened was we were for it, so they said no, let's not do it.
Shout out to
they seem excited about that. Let's take that away. Yeah. They like that.
Rico like it.
Nah.
What?
Jay with the Steelers.
Jay with the Steelers.
Want to do some games that night.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jay,
for
yeah.
sure.
Jay, 100%.
I'm down.
Providence West Steelers,
Yes.
Jay.
Hey,
Good dude.
Hey, good people over there.
Even if
cool.
it's a scrimmage, man, hit us up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, Jay's a good dude. Dame's a good dude.
Good
too.
people at the Steelers, man. Good people.
Yeah, I mean that turf, yeah, like it definitely looked good. You know what I'm saying? Low maintenance. You know what I'm saying?
Low maintenance.
But that thing, that stuff dangerous.
It's hot.
It is.
Yeah.
So the pros, it's low maintenance,
Looks pretty.
looks pretty,
Looks great.
and lasts longer.
Yeah.
Definitely. You don't have to spend money to get it painted.
Don't have to spend money to get painted. So that's what a $400 cost every time we get painted.
That's,
You do got to water.
2 fields now. It's $250.
Unless
That's
you
$250.
spill red Kool-Aid on the white line.
You lose 10 pounds each game too.
So it's just the red. It's just the red Gatorade.
It's gotta be.
It was just
It's
the only
gotta be.
red
It's
gotta be
Gatorade.
the red.
So
Gotta
blue,
be.
orange, they don't do this
That
thing.
red Gatorade stain, though.
That red
You
Gatorade, bro.
drink it, stain, you know.
Stain your lips.
They don't want you to.
On your lip. I mean,
Orange
blue
Gatorade do it too.
does it too.
Orange do it too.
Hey, so you really don't.
Orange.
They really don't want you.
talking-
For,
Are we talking about snacks now? What are we talking about?
Your kid drink
Somebody
red
put in the
Gatorade.
water
You
in
knew
the
he had the red Gatorade.
Game time snacks. What's your favorite game time snack? I like orange slices.
I always see Zay the
I'm a
red
watermelon
Gatorade
type of
lips.
guy.
I'm a more of a grape and
Game time snacks. What's your favorite game time snack there, Sherm? I like orange slices. Mike likes
watermelon's
watermelon.
good.
Hey, you know I'm sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. I was about to say this man always eats some sunflower
That's not a
seeds.
game time snack,
Yeah,
dude.
we're talking about
Like kids game
kids.
time snacks.
Oh, but a kid, I bet saying for me.
No, I mean, are you eating sunflower seeds when we have a game in the
Yes.
middle? No, you eating what the team moms give us.
I got
Team moms,
sunflower
that's you, man.
Even the kids do it too.
You're so bougie. Yeah, actually, man.
Right now.
I mean, I like watermelon. You know what I'm saying? Oranges, yeah. I'm like,
Hey, if there's a group of kids,
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
if there's a group of kids in a
say it like that.
5-foot radius
I
of
want watermelon
Sherman,
grapes.
they got sunflower seeds.
Little something, something.
Yeah.
Everybody gets sunflower seeds when you with Sherman.
Hey,
straight up.
hey, boy, nothing hits better than some like blueberries and some grapes in a bag, boy. Good
Little
I
bag.
don't know about the blueberry.
Blueberry
Hey,
and grapes.
hey,
Nah,
blueberry.
blueberry.
I like the
blueberries
grapes
hit
though.
now.
I take
Nah.
the grapes.
Boy, that watermelon.
Hey, get
I read the blueberry.
all day, baby.
Get them fresh out the cooler. They're nice and crisp. Man, it's good. Anyway,
Hey, bro, when it get hot out of that watermelon, hit
So-
different.
But no, so the
Show though.
turf fields.
turf field,
Horrible.
That water though.
horrible.
Me and Sher can't even have a conversation.
Turf fields.
Womp.
Yeah, that's
Trash.
Let us
trash.
know-
Turf fields. Trash.
It's not even.
Trash.
It's not even that it's like real. Not even the hot situation. You get a lot
It's
of
hot.
injury. But you get a lot more injuries on turf too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A
you
lot
do.
of knee, a lot of ankle, a lot of foot.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, we don't have any say in that. That's a county thing. So if they feel like they don't want to provide that service anymore, then everybody's going to go turf. I mean, you see all the football fields now, the high school fields.
Everybody around us got them though.
Hey, the
Hillsborough County, I think all the high school fields are turf.
All
right?
high school.
the upside
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
They play at night though.
The upside. Y'all know what the
I mean,
upside
so
is, right?
but what he
What's the
said,
upside?
like the
You got
injuries.
Hey,
the
we gonna
injuries.
have some grass.
That ain't grass.
We'll have-
That's plastic. You gonna have some.
We ain't gonna be
plastic.
playing in the dirt though, fool.
It'll
You gonna
look
have
like
some
grass.
Some kids need dirt on them.
Hey.
It makes them. It makes
I'm
them
all for
stronger.
I like
Hey,
natural
Eat some
fields.
dirt,
Yeah, eat some dirt.
Eat some, hey, rub
Eat
some dirt on it.
Well, we used to
Natural
put
fields.
battle marks on us before the game. We just
They,
let's go.
shit.
We used to have a dude on kickoff return. I mean, on kickoff. That what he be running, saying when he run down the field. Eat dirt, eat dirt, eat dirt. He running right. Yeah, you can eat dirt, yeah.
We might have to- that's another T-shirt right there.
Eat dirt.
Hey, that needs to go on somebody's back plate.
Eat dirt. I'm tired of seeing the fast ASF.
Or on my
I want to see
mama.
eat dirt. Yeah, that's all I
On
want
my
to
mama.
Eat dirt. He know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I don't want to call your mom.
Eat dirt.
Yeah.
see. Dirt. Yeah.
Solomon Otis, that's his name.
Otis.
My boy.
Eat dirt.
So low.
Oh
Eat
man.
dirt. Eat dirt.
That's funny.
Right.
We gotta bring that back. We gotta have our kids start running down the field. Eat dirt. Eat dirt.
The whole team.
Hey,
on
I
kickoff.
guarantee you, I can have AU do it all the way down the field, boy.
Instead of just eat dirt. The whole team just running down the field screaming it.
Whole celebration.
Eat dirt.
Hey, we do that. I'm gonna have to get that boy to come out here to the game, man. Y'all go,
hey,
bring him on out, man.
We're gonna do it.
100%.
We're gonna do it.
I get AU to do it.
Spring season's gonna do it.
I'm gonna get that boy to come.
Well, y'all know when we was in 8U, that's why I had everybody yelling. Their check call was kill, just because I wanted to see a bunch of 8-year-olds running around screaming kill, kill.
Hey, AU gonna hit different.
Get that mindset.
Hey, it worked though. We started smacking stuff shortly after that.
Good stuff, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, my AU boy, y'all got. I'm gonna tell you, them other AU got some problems on their hands.
We'll see.
You get y'all smelling salts
Soon
ready.
enough, sir.
Get
Soon
them
enough.
ready, boy, because we coming.
Soon enough.
2 weeks, baby.
Coming, boy. I can't wait to play that game
2 weeks.
on the north side of Brandon. From that
We'll
team,
be there.
that team on the north side of Brandon. I can't wait
Just-
to play them, boy.
Just after spring break, huh?
There you go. Hey.
No practice before the week before you're supposed to go play. That's fine.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a short break. We'll be right back.
Right.
So we're back. Little intermission. So to wrap up, we got a couple more topics to talk about. So us being coaches, it's trying to keep the game interesting and fun even when you got to go over the boring things. So how do we keep these kids interested in football, especially with what we got going on with kids leaving the sport and decline in participation? How do we keep the game interesting enough and keep them engaged at practice?
I would say what we are personally doing here, right? So, wrong one. It's all good. But what I mean is, like, we're dedicated to giving the absolute best football experience and everything that encompasses, right?
Right.
So we make sure our uniforms are on point. We make sure they got cool stuff to do. We make sure they see themselves on YouTube. We make sure they have exposure.
Right.
We make sure we have Valrico Ram arm sleeves, all the drip gloves, all the cool stuff.
We make it readily accessible. Yes, we do.
So I think that's part of it. And also, man, building a bond with the players is how you keep them interested in football.
What about the ones that aren't they're not that good, Mike? Like how would you? They give everything they got, but
love it the most.
Yeah,
You gotta make it fun though. You gotta make it fun.
Those are the ones that love it the most.
Make it competitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta take, because we get into some we tell the kids too, like, we're gonna get into some boring stuff today. Like, you're not gonna enjoy this, but it's necessary.
right.
Be up front with them. Let them know, hey, and give them those reminders every now and then. Hey, clap. A couple times. Hey, let me get 2 claps. Get their attention, make sure they're engaged, and then every now and then, occasionally, you got to mix it up with a unique tackling drill or something just to get them kind of back with you, and then go back to something else. But you just got to make sure they know ahead of time. Like, look, today, you're going to have a pretty crappy hour.
That's right.
But then we're going to make it up to you at the back end, as long as everything goes well. I know, for one example, we told the kids last season, hey, we got a lot of stuff to go over today, but if everything goes well, this is option A, and that's the horn drill that Mike and Dee you made up for us. Excellent drill. We're gonna work on that copyright though, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not.
But option B,
patent pending.
Option B, you got wind sprints. So if you don't cooperate with us, you get option B, and it's going to suck for the whole practice instead of that hour. Or we can get through this shitty hour that we're going to have, and we can have a blast in the second half of it. So I think you just got to mix it up and just be upfront with the kids and let them know when it's gonna suck. Give them that carrot, if you will, to let them know, hey, there's something here. We just got to get through this first.
I think, and not even. I think you got to teach them to appreciate the boring things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of football, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. It ain't even really necessary that we doing this shitty stuff, whatever. No, this is necessary. You know what I'm saying? This is part of what we need to do. It might seem boring, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of, like you just said, keep them engaged.
What I'm saying, it seems shitty.
Understand it. You got to understand it.
But another part of that too, and you break up a good point, is when you see that translate into your scrimmages, because we'll have our live scrimmages, and when that kid, because you'll see it, the stuff you just got done working on, they'll end up doing it, and they're doing it not even knowing they're doing it. But then you let them know, hey, this is what we just worked on. For instance, we had one what's the day? Yeah, yesterday. I forgot what the day was. We had one yesterday at practice, and we were over there doing shock and shed drills, and then turned around, and one of the kids ended up doing it in, not even knowing it, in the scrimmage, and I pulled him to the side and say, hey, great job. You just nailed what we were just working on, earlier at practice. So those are just examples. But no, good point. It's not also too not to say it's shitty stuff, but it's letting them know that it's necessary.
I want to know, are we talking about keeping them interested during practice?
I'm talking just overall.
Or just interested in the sport in general.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. Well, you got kids that play 1 year. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it wasn't for me.
I think part of that though is the knowledge of it. Like Sherm said, you got to let them know all the good stuff they're doing. And all the aspects of the game. And once they learn it, and they can actually excel at it once they develop that skill set, then they can appreciate it a little more too. So
I think you got some that just naturally like to play. Like when we talk about avoiding burnout, like Florida here, we got football basically 24/7. It's year round. A lot of states I know aren't like that. They're not built like that.
I'm about to hibernate.
I'm gonna say it once again. That's why recruiters come from other states to come get the kids we have here, because they're ingrained in the culture of football. I will say though, like avoiding burnout though, man, I mean, I'm always advantageous outside of the practice thing for them playing other sports. Now, if you got one, I think Sherm said it, we got a couple here, they just don't like any other sport. They love football. Like that's all they play and that's all they want to play. If you got one of them kids, then
two of those
all day. But if if they can play a different sport, any other sport that they do is going to help with football, and vice versa. I think, me personally. But yeah, like keeping them in it's not so much keeping them entertained, I guess to say, but like making it fun at every level. Like even when you get into the harder levels, like 12U and 14U, they starting to get a little attitude. They getting a little aggressive with the way they talk. You got to put them in check. How do you connect with them guys? Making sure that they stay on board, stay on point. Because if they start acting up, that could cause another kid to just want to. I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Just gotta like at that point, like you just gotta treat them. You gotta treat them like a young man. You gotta be like, look, you gotta check them, but in a respectful way. You can't. You can't just beat them down. You gotta talk to them like they're an adult.
But like you're a mentor though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a mentor. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it. Like that's exactly what it is. Like.
But going back to keeping it interesting,
you about to hit it. I know you about to hit the nail on the head. So keep going with it. It's not just mentoring. I mean, it's
parenting. You gotta be a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like you just said, but he just touched on it too. Though. Like you do gotta check it. You know what I'm saying? Like at them ages, like they smelling themselves. You know what I'm saying? They feeling themselves. They think they know everything. You know what I'm saying? You might be in the middle of saying something. They think they gonna talk over you and all type. You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. Like so, you do. Gotta keep them in place, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day. So
another part of that too is just kind of like you got to get to know every kid's personality too.
Yeah,
so many different ones.
You can't talk to one kid the same way as you can another kid.
100%.
And that's with anybody. That's not even kids. That's grown men.
Yeah.
Like you got some kids that'll just talk to one coach. There's kids there that just won't.
That'll only play for one coach. And only listen to one coach. And only does what he says.
I'm being serious. There's those kind of kids. You have those kind of kids, and it's.
Now, only Coach David tells me what plays to run.
I knew that was coming. I don't even know why he said that.
Who said that?
Hey, I like it.
I don't even talk.
Don't worry about it.
Don't do that. Yeah.
No.
Hey, it don't matter. That's my dog. He's still one of my favorite players.
What happens at practice stays at practice.
He's a good player. Yeah, he just needs to get it together.
Man, so this is the way I look at it, right? It's just like anything else. I try to give these kids the experience I wanted to have, or that I would love, because I'm a big ass kid. Like if we just get down to it, I'm a big. So when you see me out here with a camera and I'm doing all these cool edit videos, that's because when I was a kid, I would have thought this was awesome.
Shout out to Mike doing the videos.
You know what I'm saying? That's just one little thing, though. That's just one little thing, but just the same thing. Like I keep touching on the uniforms. Like we really like try to design the coolest uniforms we could think of.
Dude, we do.
Well,
I stay out of it.
So
not only,
I stay out of it.
We are allowed.
Yes. That stay within the rules of.
Because you're only allowed to have
in.
anything if it's in straight lines and stuff. You can't.
Pretty much.
For those of you who are wondering, Pop Warner has very strict rules about how uniform design goes.
Yeah.
So during spring, we usually try to go all out because it's not Pop Warner ran.
Or when you go to playoffs.
But during fall, just so you have some, you have some notice of what happens. Pop Warner will not allow you to put print or any designs behind the numbers or the names.
Yes. No fun.
And if you do, and you make it deep in the playoffs or even making it to regionals or nationals, they will fine you, and they won't let you wear the uniform.
Yes,
so
for sure.
That's happened to a couple teams. And when you're talking about spending,
and they fine
you. When you're talking about spending, you have a roster of 130, 140 kids. You're looking at 12, 13 grand on uniforms.
Yeah.
So, you double that up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Yeah. So.
But that's part of it. Like when I was a kid playing football, I would want the coolest uniforms possible.
Oh yeah.
So that's what and just the other thing, just like the little stuff we do, donuts for donuts. You know what I'm saying? Like
donuts for donuts.
Like that's something that I think would have been cool. So that's if you get a group of people such as we do, that all of us have the same mentality. We all put the kids first. We all try to give them the best experience. Then keeping the kids interested in football overall isn't really that hard of a problem.
You just got it.
I want to give another shout out to Mike because he did a great T-shirt for our trench guys during spring last year. That was very nice.
I had to throw a little shade at your jersey because you grew up playing with the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had them old nice little practice jerseys.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never had no real jerseys.
Yeah.
So
do I sense trash talking at the table? What is going on right now?
You weren't wearing no dress or what?
It was short. They were just practice jerseys.
Ours looked like literally 1990.
The whole netted practice jerseys. You know what I'm saying? That's how they jerseys was.
Are you talking about they were wearing crop tops? They were wearing crop tops.
It's solid numbers. The numbers had holes in them
how to
too.
make bursts.
Oh, so you guys pulled out practice jerseys?
Straight practice jerseys.
Which is why, we got to have some fly uniforms.
All their money went to making birth certificates.
Hey, man, chill. I had a lot of my Claire Mel people was on the
That's cool. They know.
They were 18, 19 years old playing. Yeah.
One of them might have been.
Got college students on 10U.
A few of them.
Steven Sawyer
definitely was.
Half the roster.
Hey, shout out my cousin Sinclair. One of them might have been,
Sinclair.
I don't even get away with that back then.
Crazy, bro.
Golly.
Like, dog, you just came out the bar. How are you out here playing football?
I swear, look. Drove here and everything, parked in the back. Look.
Like, hey,
gold teeth and all.
Police pulled him out. He blew a 3.0 on his freaking breathalyzer test.
It's Gatorade.
You're triple the limit.
That big one I didn't score 8 touchdowns though.
He drove Mike to practice and then shaved in the parking lot.
Bubba, you remember that dude Bubba? Full goals, baby. He had full goals, bottom and top.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy would score like 8 touchdowns.
My man took off his wedding band before he played. That's crazy.
I've been wearing
Honey, hold this.
wearing number 65. And he didn't care. Look.
No, he did though. I'm being serious. He did. He wore 65.
Shit, like what the?
Well, Mike brings up a good point, man. I mean, I remember when the leagues that I played in, man, we didn't get to keep uniforms, so it's now now to retain kids.
Yeah, we got to keep.
You gotta give them something now. Like back in the day, man, I remember they used to lay all the jerseys out, and that's how you pick it. And then you had to return that.
Yeah, but that was the good days.
That
was the good days. That's when you could varsity could go scrimmage, junior varsity.
That's when you could launch off of your feet and put your top of your helmet underneath a player's chin.
That was nice.
That was trained at practice. That's how they taught you.
Well, that's
smell the CTE in the room.
Yes, honestly, yes.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Smell the CTE.
What? Say that again?
I said I smell the CTE in the room.
Where am I?
Hey, look, I remember I was at practice one time.
What cologne are you wearing?
Woke up at the house.
Yeah. Practice over?
This ain't even
time machine.
Got a sandwich and a drink in your hand. Like, how did I get this?
Come running out in the living room. Hey, am I late for practice? Mom just got home.
When did we stop at Wendy's?
right.
Last thing I remember was Coach Lulu.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Shout out Coach Lulu.
We had a coach that used to line up with us.
Boy, gold teeth and all. He had one gold tooth.
Yeah, one gold tooth. Yeah.
And he had nothing but gold chain. Looked like Mr. T.
Shout out to Coach Lulu.
Coach Lulu. I'll tag him too.
Shout outs. I don't even know what Coach Lulu is. Sounds like a good guy.
I'll bring him out here.
At that time, I mean, Lulu probably only about 6'2" for real, but
at that time he was.
At that time, they were like 7 foot, man.
Like, a giant out there.
Killing our ass, man.
I'm just trying to make you better.
Yeah.
Hey, he did though.
Hey, roll him.
Hey. You shake Lulu, but Lulu make you.
Oh,
go head up with me. You better not shake me. You better not. You better just come straight up with me.
This is a contact drill.
But yeah, making the overall experience fun. Like Mike brought up some good points. The tunnel, the uniforms, YouTube, social media, stuff like that.
Who else has a tunnel though? Like real. Like I don't never.
In Pop?
I don't really see no.
I don't know in Pop. I don't know anybody else has one.
I think we
Pop.
might be the only one.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I know the Dolphins have one at one point. But she said they stopped. She said they stopped putting it up. But
Who's
no,
that?
But they try
Who that?
but they were Pop for a little bit.
But
she said Erica said they had one, but they just stopped using it or something like that.
I'm sure they got them. They got
everything.
That's old money. That's that old Plant City money over there.
They got money, dude.
That's that Strawberry Field money.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're fortunate to have an awesome facility.
Yeah.
I mean, the city takes care of that thing awesomely.
I wouldn't trade it.
They could, Hillsborough could probably take some notes. But anyway,
because he's from over there.
But just saying. But the city does take care of that thing, so they're fortunate that they don't really have to put a lot of money into that, so it goes elsewhere. But
nah, 100% though.
but no, they got a lot of crap over there, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely ain't nobody in our area.
I
got no.
Hey, Mike's right. Yeah, tunnel wise, I can only Pop Warner. I think we're the
But
only
we'll
one.
see.
That's it. Hey,
Come
so
fall.
I'm pretty sure someone else is going to get one because they were asking about ours.
Hey,
last
I think because Waterset was actually asking about one. Rob was asking about one last year, so they might be looking into getting one.
Here's
But,
the thing, boys.
Hey, shout out for the
Hey, but
Rams for having the only
them boys
one.
was Rams though.
Hey, shout out to the Rams having the only blow
one.
up in Pop Warner.
Hey, we started that. We started that.
And we have a mascot.
Hey, we did have a battle drum too.
We did got a rampage,
and they took that from us.
Oh my goodness!
I like that battle drum. That battle drum was hard.
That drum was hard.
And we had a drum.
Hey, we might have to bring it back.
Hey, let's do it.
I mean, for the spring. For the spring.
Need the drum.
This
We're gonna
ain't
try to.
FYD, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we should have it just at home games.
He's not out here. He took that with him though, didn't
Yeah,
he?
it ain't nothing to say.
Well, buy
Presley,
one.
bring the drum out here.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go get a drum.
LaPresti, bring the drum out here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know you watch it.
Hey, LaPresti, let's get that
LaPresti,
drum.
let's get that drum back out here, man.
Get
Let's
that
go.
drum.
We know where you live.
We ain't got no money to buy one right now, man. We trying to fundraise. We can't afford no drum right now, man. We need it.
So
They moved nationals to North Carolina. There's no money.
Every penny counts.
Yeah, because we go.
no money for the
Because
drum.
we're sending about 4 teams here.
Facts.
If anybody wants to donate a drum, though,
Yeah.
And
Feel
That'd be
free.
great too.
It has to be the big battle drum.
There we go.
The big one.
There we go.
But
nah,
so let's
overall, anything else as
nothing.
far as like making their experience fun? I mean, that you guys think that we focus on that maybe some other orgs that maybe need some help.
I do it.
Interact with your players,
Yes,
man.
that.
Even if they're good or bad, up, down, in between, interact with them. Build relationships with every kid on the team. Just know them. Just talk to them.
Right.
I try to do drills that are fun and they don't know they're doing drills at that time.
That's a good
That's
point.
a
King of the Ring.
Especially
I do
with the
King of the
younger
Ring.
levels, for sure.
I do. We do 3-on-3s. You just got to keep them having fun. We used to do shark versus minnows, but they were just getting too violent. They were just trying to kill each other with that.
Sharks and minnows, man. Talk about drills, man. They love some sharks and
boy,
minnows.
I'm gonna
man.
tell you right now, boy, that is the most violent.
They outlawed Oklahoma's, but they let us do sharks and minnows.
I know that's crazy.
worse.
hey, if they only knew.
Oh my God.
They probably don't even know
I
about
was
it.
about to say, don't speak too soon, y'all. Man, they gonna take it away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Soon as they watch
Wadi's watching us right now.
They
does sharks and minnows?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
They like shark versus minnows.
Does anybody have any information on this sharks and minnows? I don't know what he's talking about.
Is that
Next board meeting, yeah.
Where's Rio when you according to my
So-
calculations?
is that the new Pop Warner president?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know anything about the sharks and minnows, guys. What is this?
What is it? What is this sharks and minnows they speak
Yeah,
of?
what
It
is
sounds
this?
like fun. We need to take that away.
Can we just let them have flags?
We already
instead?
moved it out of Florida. Now we're going to take away sharks and minnows. What else can we take from them?
What else is
you're
Valrico doing?
fun suckers, all right? Y'all are a
They
bunch
keep
of fun
They keep
suckers.
finding ways to have fun. What can I
Boo,
do?
you better not take away sharks and minnows. Don't ever do
That's
that.
wild.
Hey, next thing we're going to hear is no tunnel at the field.
Oh, nah,
no.
boy.
Hey, you'd have to come fight us then. Just go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Hey, look,
gonna be a
they already told
problem.
us no smoke bombs after they told us we could have smoke bombs.
Yeah, that's true.
Took our drum away.
Took our drum away.
Took her
That hurt my feelings.
They
That drum hurt
take
my
the drum away, but they
That
don't
was
take
cool.
away like the cowbell thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't even understand. The cowbell is more annoying.
I think
have you
maybe
seen-
because it was on the
Have
sideline.
you seen the new cups though?
No, it's because
No.
we had it. That's
It was,
No, okay.
And
somebody else walked by and it bothered them. I'm not going to say the competitor's name. I'm sure they know who they are. But they was crying.
They make the cups now too.
Hey, they may cups. Or may not have still been salty from the previous week.
They should have called the police.
Interesting.
Hold on.
Yeah. This one would this one would rather just fight you on the field.
Yeah, you guys are a bunch of jerks.
Hold on, that was a 3-week span of being salty.
That is a lot of salt. A lot of salt.
911 ain't but three numbers. It's not
saltwater, saltwood.
The sea was rising.
They ain't like that. They ain't like that at all.
No, it's all good.
Anyways, but overall, like we said, we're always going to try to make the experience for the kids. We want to retain as many of them as possible. When you see that there's a decline in player participation, us as coaches, we're going to put our best foot forward to try to make sure that they stay and have a great experience.
For sure.
We know all these guys ain't going to NFL. Some of them not even going to play in high school or college.
And that's why you should make it the best absolute experience, period.
That part right there.
But I ain't going to lie. I got a handful that might go there.
Good job, Mike. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
I do. I can say I can say at least 2 players if they do their thing, they going to win.
There you go.
Facts.
Hey, Doug, I don't think we give him enough credit, but though, good job for Mike anyway. I don't think anybody realizes how much time he puts in.
I'm just a nerd.
Just behind the scenes.
Mike puts in a lot of work, boy.
That's how much passion he's really got.
Wait till you see his next project. Keep an eye out, baby.
Yeah.
Keep an
don't
eye
worry.
out.
We might lose
Just
some more
remember, guys, we don't ride the waves, we make them. And and listen,
it's another T-shirt. It's another shirt, man.
Listen, I see
we
you
got
guys.
about 30 merch shirts we need to get on.
I see you guys out there riding our waves, and it's cool. I like it, honestly. It makes me feel good. Keep it up.
That means they come in fans. They fanboys.
Straight up.
A lot of fanboys. That's what that is.
No, not even that. No, just I'm not. It's cool.
Like that.
Overall, listen, honestly, on a whole nother level,
you gotta start somewhere.
If y'all really did copy us and what we do, then the general state of youth football in this area would be at a much higher level.
Oh, I agree.
So catch up.
There's some teams that have been out here for years too that I'm surprised that don't do like the uniform reveal videos or just get the kids more involved in the social media aspect of it because it's such a big part of their life. I mean, you see everybody and their mama now like trying to be some type of social media influencer. You don't think these kids want to be on TikTok?
You gotta have somebody do it though. Like we just kind of touched on it though. You gotta do all that stuff behind.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But Mike makes a great point, man. It's accessible.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing it, you're just. I'm gonna call you out. You just lazy.
Listen.
Like that's just lazy talk. Because, like I said, Mike takes time out. He makes it in clips. He makes it work. Right.
Right.
And we all help him with it. There's tools with your phone, with your iPad, whatever else that you can build and do these things. And it's not like the old days where you just sit, chop, edit for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Now you got things that can help you speed up that process. So if you're not doing it, you're not really, you don't want to grow.
Right,
not the right way.
How many times we don't say that, dude?
I think Mike's
not everybody out here doing
he old school.
Stuff like that.
That's why I just said I'm calling you out.
I already know.
I'm calling you out.
People at their organization just to be at their organization. They ain't saying they ain't trying to do that extra.
Point in case, there's a kid on our team. He didn't come to practice this week, but his dad signed up just because of our social media. He said if we put that much time into our social media, he can imagine what kind of time we actually put into the players.
And you know what? The funny part is I really put minimal time. It's not. I'm not spending
all week, right?
hours and hours and hours.
You ain't got to chop everything up, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? It is at least it's shortcuts to it. You know what I'm saying? But also some organizations like people don't know that though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they got a whole organization full of kids that know exactly how to run TikTok. You can figure it out if you want to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But like I said again, some people are not there to do extra.
Hey man.
But while they sleeping, them kids gonna watch our TikTok and come on with it.
100%.
And they gonna come on over
Don't complain about numbers then.
That part.
Yeah.
Don't complain about numbers then, because you got tools that you can use to get your numbers up.
Don't complain about not having your numbers at the lower levels.
We got people complaining about numbers so much that we're having a shift with levels and schedules and everything.
Rid of this, rid of that.
Ridiculous.
No, that's just because we won.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Nah,
it's just because we
ridiculous, man.
We finally win.
Yeah.
at that level. And, that level that level don't exist no more. You know?
No more.
They got theirs. Let's stop it.
Yeah, crazy, man. Anyways, but yeah, next topic that we're going to go into is college football, the future. So, with college, you know, everybody always says like the NFL is kind of like the driving force on where the game is going. But a lot of people are saying now college is kind of, ever since NIL came out, that it's kind of driving the rest of them. So it's driving where kids end up going, where they play high school ball at. Shoot, there's some guys that get into the NFL draft and won't play for a certain team because who they related to.
I think it was before the NIL college started running the league. It more happened whenever the college plays started getting instituted into the league and offense started becoming more
prominent.
College-based offense, bro. That's really what started doing it.
It's fancier. It looked better. It's like comparing an old truck to a sports car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
not only that, but college always ran it anyway because people were still playing in college. You know what I'm saying? When they get to the league,
were just doing
it was about the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was better when
it was still love.
There's a different love for it. There's a different love. A college fan, there's a different love you have for your college team than you have for your professional team.
Right.
You know, it's just
college
like
shit different, bro.
Yeah, your college team, you're gonna want all them sports to do good. Like you know, I'm a Gators fan. Our basketball team's fire. Our baseball team's fire. Football team's fire.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean,
he's just talking now. What you talking about? 2002?
Well, no, I'm talking about
2008, 2009.
I'm talking about 25 when we had a winning season. We beat 3 ranked teams. Our baseball team is smashing our basketball team. Yeah, how do you FSU fans?
That ain't fire though.
What do you mean?
USF.
No, that's fire.
Hey. What do you mean? How we
what did Miami do?
They lost to Syracuse. I know that.
Wait, they beat the Gators?
What? No, but
we did all right.
What was that different?
We were in Orlando when they lost to Syracuse. I know that part.
We didn't do fire though, but we did straight though.
Did you call the timeout at the right time?
We did.
He didn't.
We did.
Hey, don't even make me talk bad about the U.
We did beat the Gators though.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, don't even make me talk bad about the U. Hey, our basketball team beat you. Our baseball team beat you.
You didn't beat your baseball team. Didn't beat us.
Get to it right now. Get to it right now.
Florida State.
Get to it.
Florida State baseball has been undefeated.
Get to it.
I think they lost one game the other day.
To the Gators. Okay. Anyways.
Let's look it up.
Just look it up, bro.
Hey, however,
get on it.
Hey, girls softball is on the rise there, though.
Yeah. Y'all are good there. Yeah, y'all are good. Honestly, y'all got a fire baseball team.
That's cool. That's cool though. Let them.
We gotta talk though.
Let them have their time.
Back to my original point. Stop making me talk bad about the U. I like the U. It's Florida State that I don't like.
That's cool. We don't like you either.
Don't beat it.
We don't like you either.
Don't be that way.
We
That's
good,
cool.
man. We good.
Let it be that way.
Hey, not all of us are as emotional as.
Hey, did you still have to pay that quarterback? Yes, we did. Next question.
Yes, we did. Next question. Hey, boy, did not want to talk about that one.
That's fine though. That's fine though. At least we ain't like Florida covering murders up and stuff.
Oh.
Hey, get it how you live.
I can't even say nothing. We had one too, huh?
Yeah.
So that's wild.
But we had our own player kill his teammate.
Man, y'all had a couple.
That was a bad
wild
season.
things going on.
And all we did was crab legs and getting some jerseys. All right, that's it.
Nah, that ain't all y'all did.
That's all we got caught doing.
No, that's
what else did Florida State get caught doing?
Yeah, see, keyword he just said. That's what they got caught doing.
Yeah, what they got caught doing. What else did we get caught doing?
They got caught for some more stuff too.
Oh, 100%. Florida State ain't innocent.
Hey, listen.
Especially when Bowden was there, you know Florida State was in.
Hey, you don't talk about that great man like that, all right?
I've been saying Bowden know how to keep everybody shut up. That's the king right there.
Yeah.
Hey, yes, Bowden was.
He kept stuff on the wraps.
For sure. That he was the man.
The U's problem was they had a bunch. The U's problem was they had a bunch of coaches where the players ran the coaches.
Hey, but the funny thing is, y'all talk about Florida State.
After what's his name left? Come on, man. The team ran them coaches.
Who'd y'all have on y'all podcast?
Yeah.
Y'all talk about
That's, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. That's any great.
He wasn't on the podcast.
No, but he was on.
Nah, you usually got to fire a coach.
Hey, I like
Urban.
Nick Saban ain't never get ran by his players though. Nick Saban ain't never got ran by his players, man.
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm saying like Nick Saban never got ran by his players. Bobby Bowden never got ran by his players.
Bobby Bowden kicked Randy Moss out of Florida State.
No.
I'm just saying, like,
mine is influence.
Yeah, that's a better word, I would say.
The team, you know what I'm saying, like the players run that team though. You coach whatever, the players still run that team though. Coach gonna do whatever he gonna say.
Yeah, but there's coach.
But when he's on, this what's going on though.
Yeah.
I'm saying we doing it the Alabama way, we doing it the Florida way, whatever. We doing it the Miami way, we doing it whatever.
I'm just saying we always talk about leadership all the time though, but like you just said, like Bowden got rid of Moss though, but like I don't remember when what's the coach's name? I'm trying to think.
But you can't. Bowden.
What's the coach of Miami had?
That was a different dude though.
Back when they were doing all their winning.
Croker. Fuck. Fucking
Johnson?
no. Fucking
After that.
Damn, I can't even think.
But yeah, Jimmy Johnson was there.
Why can't I think of my boy, man?
I don't know. He just got a Hall of Fame intro and everything. What's his? I can't even think of his name right now.
Way to go, guys.
Croker, man. Croker.
Way to go.
Wow.
Anyways, he didn't let his players run him though, but the guys that came when he left and the guys came after him, the Miami players ran them coaches, man. That's why I ain't do it.
It was different in Miami those days.
They didn't run the coach. No, I'm saying they had influence over the team, bro, like over the organization. They ain't necessarily ran. You know what I'm saying? They did it their way. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. If you say that he ran it, at the end of the day, as a coach, he's still the coach. He gonna still tell them if he put his foot down, he gonna put his foot down.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, like
we all know you ain't gonna listen.
You don't know what.
If they don't respect you, they ain't gonna listen. They say they listening to you, but they ain't listening to you.
Yeah, but now respect you, they gonna get your ass out of there.
You don't know what happens behind closed doors.
That's why Miami's been the way Miami's been.
That's why
because they ain't bringing nobody in there. That's why Miami been the way.
No, Miami.
They ain't bringing Miami people there. That's the problem.
I don't know. I'm reading a lot of different stuff. I don't know.
They'd be a lot closer if they called a game timeout, though.
The reason, just
I tell you what.
Hey, Miami getting that underground money.
Crap.
Miami getting that underground money.
Oh my god.
Hey man, stop talking about old stuff, man.
Why you bringing up old shit, man?
Time out.
Look, I'll bring up some other old stuff. Willis
But
McGahee
Larry,
was
my boy
fine.
Larry though. There you go. Larry Croker, man. That was his name.
There
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know why we couldn't remember that.
But you ain't gonna know what happens behind closed doors until Netflix comes out with a series.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
like they did Florida.
They'd missed so much stuff.
Yeah, but they did. But
that was a good series. Though.
They missed so much.
It was.
Where was Percy Harvin?
They ain't. I mean, they didn't tell the whole story.
They're not gonna.
They ain't telling the.
Where was they missed?
They
so
gotta
much
keep
stuff.
it rated.
They just put some shit out to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's on any
Entertaining.
documentary.
They gotta keep it rated. You know, can't go past the rated R part.
They making a
But not even that though.
They're coming out.
Percy Harvin
so much stuff. The pounces, like you.
Yeah,
I mean,
Percy Harvin wasn't doing nothing. He was just smoking weed the whole time, bro.
They were trying to keep it out of the.
Percy was out there beating people up and shit.
Hey, but that's
Gonzalez.
normal.
With his brother Aaron Hernandez.
That's normal.
Shoot him. No. Stop.
Yeah, they were trying to keep it where the kids could watch it.
That Percy was a real problem.
Gave it Herb Meyer.
what that boy?
Gave him a man. That man had a breakdown. Yeah.
He had to give him a heart attack. Didn't he give him a heart attack?
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
I think Urban Meyer did that to himself because after he left the Gators, he was still he's a wild boy.
No, hold on. After Tim Tebow left the Gators.
Urban Meyer is a.
Oh yeah.
Listen, you want to talk about all the people on that Florida team?
He was part of the influence.
He was one of them.
Yeah.
Y'all step aside, boys. This is how you do
He
it.
was a wild boy with them. He was
Follow
just on a different level of wild boy.
Yeah.
Like
A little more
He was a
reserved.
grown man.
yeah.
He had to one up his players.
I mean, hey, didn't he kick?
He's like,
Didn't he kick a
They
kicker?
can do it. I want to do it too.
The Jacksonville
Did he?
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
I'm pretty sure he
That's
kicked the kicker. Like,
Dude's
hey,
wild.
Hey, but you gonna kick?
Apparently he's into blondes too. I guess.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Wild boy. Hey, come back to Florida, Urban Meyer. Come back. I liked you.
Florida's a dangerous place.
I don't care. Come on vacation.
That's why he had to leave.
Dangerous place.
Come on vacation.
Dangerous
Leave on
place.
probation.
Dangerous place. Man.
You're dumb.
That ain't dumb. That's facts. That's straight
real.
facts.
That's funny though.
But yeah,
Hey, I mean, yeah,
That's another
real
shirt.
college town, dude.
That's
Yeah.
another Florida shirt.
yeah.
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
Hey, you get the Gator one on there. On the back.
That brings us up. Why we on the subject? Rivals.
Right? Yeah.
Rivals.
What about him?
What is the best rivalry
It is
in
different.
college football?
In college football,
That's a tough one,
the
bro.
best rivalry.
That's
What
a
would you
tough
say
one,
is
bro.
like?
I don't think
I
they're
say
the
Florida
same.
State,
I don't think the
Florida
same
I don't think
anymore.
they hit the same. Yeah, I don't think they hit the
Because
same.
they're all in different. They're in different conferences.
I beg to
now.
differ. This
that's a lie. Nah,
this very
rivalry-
last
that last,
rivalry week that we
rivalry,
just
rivalry,
witnessed
bro.
What was that, Ohio?
was fire.
Ohio and
but
Michigan.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
When we
which
was in
one,
Orlando,
yeah.
when we was in Orlando watching
yeah.
rivalry week,
Michigan,
this
Ohio
last
State
one
was
was
there.
fire.
Princeton and Harvard.
Hey, that That was
that's an old school rivalry.
Even that gets
I'm
popping.
not taking shots at the Ivy schools, but I heard that's actually a pretty cool game. Actually,
Yeah.
But that was
the
an
Army-Navy game.
That was an interesting
Harvard.
weekend, though. That weekend was popping.
They said the offense is insane.
They say them boys get down.
I say.
They solve a math problem real quick, boy.
Hey, they say they get down now.
Yeah.
I say
Quarterback just straight trigonometry. Like, and if I throw it at this angle, at this degree, with this velocity, it should land at the 45-yard line.
My father owns the team. Let me run through.
Touchdown!
Let me run through.
Hey, boy, got the party.
You got the Florida Gator boys over there too.
Hit somebody.
Someone solved this problem for me.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to put.
It depends where you're from.
Pick one though. I mean, that's hard, bro.
What would be your best?
It depends where you're
The
from.
best.
That's hard, bro.
It depends if you're from the
You
north,
can
the
be
south.
objective, bro. You could be.
No,
South,
I see what Mike's saying. Like if you
got
go,
Alabama,
like if you
Auburn.
go through like ESPN like
Iron
classics,
Bowl,
they'll
Iron
show
Bowl,
you
that's a good
like.
one.
I get what you're saying.
Like what?
You got
But I know, like,
Miami.
I think you said like Ohio,
Miami, Notre
Michigan.
Dame.
That's a big one.
Ohio.
But see,
Michigan?
even like, I mean, I feel like Miami, Florida State game kind of got watered
That's
down a
weak.
little bit.
Florida
you know what I'm
State,
saying?
Florida Gate, because we're not like.
I feel like they
we used to
watered.
be,
Yeah,
though.
I think they
Yeah.
watered down because we ain't been as powerful. Like
Yeah, you guys ain't ranked
Or it's been
really
like
that
you know
much.
what I'm
In the
saying?
90s though?
Either motherfucking
90s, that rival was
Florida,
wild.
you know what I'm saying, overpowering, or Florida
Yeah,
State
yeah.
overpowering. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nobody wants to watch that because you guys ain't
It
ranked.
just,
Oh, my
it be like, though, but
Who's your team?
he
I wanna hear it.
He got
I don't
no
have
college team.
I want to hear it.
You see, I
know win Super Bowls.
ain't even saying that. I ain't even look that way. No, I mean,
No,
knowing all
but
that.
Sherm
likes
put, you know,
Vanderbilt.
but Sherm put me to game, so I've been doing a lot of reading on all that stuff. So
I feel like
but,
college is better than
when you're not
NFL. I
ranked
like
though.
it.
It's kind of hard to be a good rivalry. That's sad.
They ain't true though, but
I'm trying to. Man.
Well, you got a quarterback who quits on you on the very last game.
because look,
Said I'm
look at it
making
like this,
business
though.
decisions.
Because you got plenty of them Iron Bowl games, right? Well, Alabama being that team,
Yeah.
but Auburn ain't ranked
Yeah.
nowhere. But they're getting there and whoop that ass
Yeah,
though.
smack them.
But there's still history there.
I mean, same thing.
There's a lot of history.
Florida State has stopped Florida from, the last game of the season. They stopped Florida from being
about the
eligible to
season,
go
bro.
in.
Right.
Wide right,
This season shouldn't
wide
even
left. How many times have we seen that?
I mean,
in Miami,
you
too.
could go to those some of those
Miami,
academy games like Army versus Navy,
Yeah,
I like
those are
games.
Air
good
Force
I like
games.
versus
those.
Navy,
Yeah,
and stuff
them-
like that. Those get pretty intense too. Yeah, that's true.
I
Man.
don't know though. I mean, like I said, we're gonna be biased. Obviously, like I'm on Florida State. But
I mean, who on the West Coast? Who-
Miami, Florida State.
What USC, UCLA? Is that a big one? I don't know. Is that a big rivalry?
Who?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
no.
like
Yeah, and
not known.
I haven't really studied that one too much, so I don't know.
How many teams can you have that are true rivals?
I mean, look at Florida State,
What you
Miami,
mean?
Florida State Gators.
Because so the Gators are rivals. Is really it's
got Georgia.
it's really Georgia, Florida State, and Tennessee. Those are the three ones that's like, hey,
Nah,
it's
you
go
and
time.
Bama,
Those are
you
good
and
ones.
Bama were going back and forth for a while.
Yeah,
too.
but that's not as
They ain't
old.
no,
That-
they
that-
ain't
it's not
like a
old.
rival. No, they ain't like a rival though.
That's
I'm
not
just
as
saying.
old. I remember
Recently.
being a little kid living in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
And
When y'all play Florida.
I'm the only Florida fan, and in school I'm drawing like an alligator eating a dog, and even the teachers looking at me like,
You
"Hey
got
boy,
enough.
yeah,
You
you're
got
about
enough.
to fail.
Yeah, you
bitch.
getting
Like
enough, bro.
you're
I
about to
already
be
know.
held back in the third grade."
Mike walks out the classroom. There's like 4 people waiting for him.
Like for real, like I'm
Come here, Gator boy.
the only one. Although I do have love for the Volunteers. I lived there when Peyton Manning was there.
that
I
orange
met
color.
Peyton Manning.
I
I
ain't
met
gonna lie to you,
Jamal
boy.
Lewis. Met
So
T.
just to
Martin.
give you guys a few
One
stats.
of the best places.
Yes, I
Give
love
me
that
guys
stadium.
Ain't gonna lie to you,
Stats.
boy.
Love that stadium. Love that city.
Fell in love with them when I
The
was
oldest college football rivalry is Lafayette versus Lehigh.
And
know who that is?
Where is that?
Who?
Good, that was good.
Oh my goodness! Hey, I
What does it date back to?
1884.
Dang, gone.
1884.
Yeah, I know them, but both of them started them.
But look up the
1884. I'm just saying that's the oldest rivalry.
So that's the oldest.
College football rivalry. Yeah. And then some other historic ones you have are Yale versus Harvard, which is called The Game. If you check back in 1875,
The game.
you guys are real
I think
football
Yale's
guys.
the one. I think Yale's one of the first ones.
Princeton versus Yale. That's
The
another one.
game.
1873. Army versus Navy first played in
Time to play the
1890.
game.
So these are all pre 1900s.
Yeah.
So I mean, so far, Army versus Navy is the only
That's
one
the-
that's
yeah,
still
that's that
really
real-
hitting.
really about
Still
that,
going,
yeah.
yeah.
Still
Yeah,
real.
I couldn't
real
even
hitting.
tell you about a Lafayette Lehigh.
That's it.
game. I
They're
don't even know what that
telegramming
is.
what's going on at the games. Like,
Easy. Yeah. Way to tell
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, but
We got you on camera.
Yeah.
I got you on camera.
Yeah, you're on camera, bro. Yeah, why you tapping the table, bro?
Hey, but those are the oldest college football rivalries. So apparently at this table, the best college football rivalry is
Florida State, Florida.
Miami. Florida State.
Anybody with Miami?
anybody in Florida, I guess.
Yeah.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Miami,
It depends where
Florida
you're
State.
from. It depends where you're from.
No, but those are traditional,
The biggest.
Well, you got
the swamp.
But even the Miami, you know what I'm saying? The Miami Florida game ain't even really, you know what I'm saying?
It's not-
It ain't
yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's more of like
but
a
when
brotherly fade.
When
than like
Miami,
a-
Florida State go at it, it's a different kind.
Yeah.
You know, bro. You can feel. I've been to the game before in Tallahassee against Florida, bro. You can
But
feel it.
it used to
You
have
can
a
feel it in
different-
the air.
It used to have a
it was,
different vibe.
it was definitely.
when they were fighting before the game.
Yeah, you
that's
feel me? I
a-
think
yeah.
it shit done got so weak now though.
It's all in
They
the
don't let
south.
them do that. They don't let them
Most
do
of
that
the games
stuff
are all in the
anymore.
south now, is all y'all saying.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, I don't know, cause that Michigan,
Michigan,
Ohio
Ohio
State
State.
that is one though.
That's
Now,
all
my
right.
hat.
That's
Man,
when they hate each other.
as
They-
a-
At least they still fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They still fighting. Homeboy going out there with his cleats tearing the
Hey,
No, no,
shout
no,
out
no,
shout out
no,
once
that's-
again to
that's-
Chocolate Thunder, University of Michigan, right?
Hey,
Wolverines.
listen here. Corbin.
Avid hater of Ohio
That's
State.
not what Sherm meant when he said they're still. He means they're still fighting
No, I
right
know.
now. No, like right now.
I know.
Like tonight.
I know.
Like
At the grocery store.
Ohio
they
State. and
gonna pull
Michigan.
up. Yeah, they gonna pull up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just
I know.
shot the
Who's
fade.
fighting? Miami and Florida State?
No, Michigan and Ohio
I mean,
State.
oh, yeah.
They're fighting right now
Yeah,
tonight.
that's probably true.
We're more like after
Yeah,
our game.
Miami, Florida State. Them, like, you know what I'm saying? They brother, like my brother went over.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
My little brother over there right now.
Cousins
Like,
playing against brother, cousins against cousins.
even I mean, it was happening back then, but they was still like, bitch, this week, like, bitch, I'm from.
Yeah, it was
You feel me?
real.
We'd be cool at the cookout.
Hey,
Like, nah, we stop. You know what I'm saying? Mama gonna give us a whooping. Nah, we, you know
Mama
what
gonna
I'm saying?
give.
They gonna beat each other's ass and still be at the cookout, huh?
Yeah, we'll be cool at the cookout.
Yeah,
That's crazy. So there you go. All right.
That's it.
Rivalry. So
Do you feel like we have a rivalry in Little League? Do you feel that same kind of
Man,
feeling?
it's a little
trying to
league.
start.
I think it's-
some shit.
I think it's
You know what I'm saying?
different.
You know
Nah,
damn well we got some rivals
You
here.
just trying to start.
I think
some
it's
shit for
different,
real.
though.
am.
No,
I think it's
hey,
different.
Hey, I
think
feel
it's
like
way
I think with some of them is different.
I feel like you can't
It
have
depends.
a you
I think-
can't have a true rivalry in Little League because for the longest it can last is really
Yeah.
6 seasons.
Not even.
No.
Eight or you know
I mean,
8
call it
U,
what you
10 U,
want to. I
12,
mean,
14.
Short
still
term
think
rivalry. What I
8
mean, whatever.
seasons.
But
I still got beef with the Riverview Raiders.
yeah, I ain't gonna never
That's
like
what I'm
them.
saying. I don't like the Raiders.
But what I mean is,
Raiders.
I mean, we got some healthy. I mean, I talk about one of the healthy.
We have
we got a
yeah.
healthy rivalry
So there's
with the Steelers.
Yes, the Steel. Yes,
I think that's a good
Yeah,
rivalry.
I like that.
I think that's healthy. I mean, I
That'd
think
be
you know what
I
I'm
like how you
saying?
use that
Friendly.
word healthy.
Friendly
Yeah.
rivalry.
Like now we got some very unhealthy ones.
There's
that-
a couple. Yeah, there's a couple.
You know, it can at any moment it
That
can
are a
get,
little
it can get
toxic.
nasty. Yeah, it can get nasty. Like,
No, but
You don't want no
I
problem,
like the
problem.
Steelers. I like that.
yeah,
one.
no, yeah, for
They
real.
gonna
That's
stand
the,
up.
yeah, that's
Hey,
the
they got-
one.
hey, they got
That's the
cool
only one I
people
want to
over
talk about. I don't want to talk about the other ones
Yeah.
because I might.
I mean, no.
I'ma say something.
Greater Pasco
say
kind of turned it. Greater Pasco kind of friendly little thing. you
It's
know.
it always been.
We want to compete with them. They want to compete with us, you know. But it's never nothing weird or anything like that
No.
with them.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there is some that are
That are like Florida State.
borderline. Like, why are they scheduling us together? Kind of borderline. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I kind
At
of
the
like,
same
I like
time.
those games though. I like those
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
I mean-
it. I think it's good for
It teaches a kid
Well, here-
competition.
you know what I'm
too.
saying, being in them rowdy environments. You know
It
what I'm saying?
doesn't
But
bother me.
When the kids
I
see,
like
when
it.
the kids
what I'm
see,
just saying is, I know FYD is
but here's the shitty
they don't
part.
like it.
strict supposedly, but y'all putting us in situations to
Yeah, but then
cause
when
a problem. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
it is
a
what it is.
self-fulfilling.
Let's go back a few seasons. We were out here, and I think it was a playoff game. We were actually supposed to be the away game, if y'all remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And we came
yeah.
in our typical entrance because we're home. We didn't think about it. Whatever. That's my bad. Okay.
Mass Bandits.
Well, we
Nah,
got.
it ain't. I'm saying because
Well,
they
well,
that was still an FYD. I'm saying, but
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was FYD messed up
but
on that too, though.
regardless, like
because
they-
that game should never happen. Let's be honest, that
they-
game should never happen. Though.
Sure, but
We
they did
could've got a
that,
different.
and they allowed the kids to go back and forth while they sat there.